Hello everyone, it's Zuzka, the craftsy penguin. Welcome to another update. I know the last one was ended pretty abruptly by the kiddo who was asleep. I was trying to film it in the morning and it worked, but I didn't have the time space to chat as I'm used to in these updates. So I'm trying now while it's his afternoon nap and hopefully he'll stay asleep for a bit. I have him on the monitor on the camera over there. Last time I was mentioning that the stash and I ran through the numbers with you and you've seen that I've diminished my stash a bit, which I'm really happy about, and I felt like I didn't put it into the numbers as well, or maybe I should have put the numbers on the screen, so just to repeat that for a bit, revise that, I am at something like 137 and the third 100-gram balls of yarn now. That's what I have in my stash, basically. There is a small extra from one of the secret projects that I was working on that's not counted in yet. It's going to be something like 2 extra balls, the remainders, because the object is done and I have the scraps, the remainders, they will be counted into that. But since January, I basically went down a whole 40 100-gram balls of yarn. So I'll put the numbers over here. 176 and a half 100-gram balls of yarn at the start, and now at 130. Why is this number so difficult? 137 and the third ball of yarn, which, as said, there are some yarns that I didn't weigh at start because they are basically scraps, and they are possibly yarns that I won't use because there are some inherited small balls of yarn which are not of a great use for me, or I don't have a project for that, or they are partly woolen and I can't work with them. We'll see about them. There might be one project for that, but it's all to be decided in the future. For now, I will just show you a few small things that I was working on. I was, of course, working on the second secret project that I still can't show you. It progressed quite a bit, but I had a problem looking through the pattern, seeing how many rows I need to do it the way I want to do it and end it at the row that I think is the prettiest for the edging. I figured out I might not be able to do that. It seemed that there's just not enough yarn in the yarn cake that I'm using, and all this time I thought the yarn cake is 1000 meters, a kilometer yarn cake. And I went to a Facebook group for crocheting, asked if someone maybe did this pattern. It's a pretty well-known pattern. How it ended up, how much yarn did they use, and so on. I know everyone has different tension while crocheting, but I hoped there might be something. I also found someone on Ravelry who did the same thing from a 1000 meters cake, so I was hoping it might work the same way. And at the Facebook group I got warned by one of the responders that the cake I'm using is actually not 1000 meters but 900 meters. So I am 100 meters short anyway. That is why the mathematics didn't work. I was trying to figure out if I should maybe cut out some of the rows from the pattern, but then the math wouldn't work out. It was too complex for me. I was actually trying to count the number of the stitches in each row, and one night I stayed up like till like 1:30 in the morning. That was not fun. Well, it was fun, but the result is not fun. So I'll probably have to find a yarn that is either contrasting enough or matching enough to do the last row and a border, last few rows and a border on that project. It might be actually interesting to have some contrasting yarn there. We'll see about that. You'll see it when I can reveal that, so you'll have to wait. But yeah, I'll have to find some yarn for that. And I looked through my stash and there are some that might work, but it's not exactly what I would like there to be. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to buy a ball of yarn or two for that. But for now I'm working on it. I'm not even half in, so still a lot to do, and I'm enjoying it. It's an interesting pattern. The rows are, each of the row is different, so I like it a lot. So yeah, but I can't show you. So now the things I can show you. I basically did this one thing as pause in that project. I wanted to just make something really small, really quick, and at one point I was looking at the clothes that my kiddos had on, and Dan had these trousers that my friend gave me for him from her little boy, and Dan basically tore holes on the knees of those trousers the first time he had them on. The fabric was already like thin, but he finished it basically. And I had some sew on patches or iron on patches as well, but this time I just didn't want to use that. It seemed sort of boring, and I realized I have these screenshots saved of small crochet projects, you know, really people use these as gifts for kiddos and appliques basically. So I basically made 2 appliques and sewn them on the trousers. They're already been through wash, so they're a bit fluffier than before, but this is how they look like. I made a small snail and a small ladybug basically, or bug. The snail is amazing, and it really uses up like 5 grams of this yarn. It's the Jeans and Gina yarns. So super quick project. I think the longest time was sewing it on the trousers, but now I think they're really cute, and it's just great on kiddos clothing, you know. So that was a really quick project. I'm trying to use up those Gina and Jeans yarns. People use them for figures and plushies, and I used them before for the bags. So I'll maybe try to find a new combination for a bag next time, but this time I used really the smallest pieces. The green one, I have like a gram left, you know, like it's maybe 4 meters of yarn. So yeah, that was one fun project. And the other project was really quick as well. I managed to do the first piece yesterday and the second one today during the morning hours, you know. And they are the bucket hats for kiddos as well. Of course, I have to finish this loose end in here, but they're amazing. They are really neon colored. They are from the Retro Stripes, the yarn over there. This is the other skein that I have. Is it gonna focus? Maybe. But yeah, it's amazing. It's what I got kinda recommended from Lisa from Happy to Hook Crochet, Happy to Hook Creations, and got brought from the USA by Blanca. Of course, I already talked about this, but there is the parrot stripe. This is the retro stripe. This is the parrot stripe, and I'm considering making myself a bucket hat. Maybe not this pattern, but a granny stitch one from this yarn. So maybe next time you'll see a hat made out of this. And these two, I need to put them through the washing machine because it softens up the yarn a bit, but I already tried them on the kiddos and it looks great and it suits them and I think they liked it. So this was really quick and joyful, so that was amazing. Also, these two together weigh, each of them is 58 grams, so 116 grams, and the ball of yarn has 141 usually. So this is the remainder from the first ball of yarn, and it's about 25 grams, and it's basically just enough for one Lisa headband. So I'll probably make a headband out of this or save it to use with the other retro stripe skein when I have a project for that, because so far I don't have projects decided for the stripes yarns. So, but this was demanded by Marek basically because he saw Lisa. He sometimes watches over my shoulder when I'm watching videos, and he saw Lisa making one almost exactly like these are, and he saw it on the screen and and was like, I want that. So I had to, I had to make it. So these are, I think Marek wanted this one, and this one is going to be for done. Yeah, so kiddo hats. And that's basically all that I have done, because as I've said, I can't show you that third project that is sitting over there in the yarn ball. And there's more things that I want to show you, but they are not crochet and yarny stuff, but they are fabrics stuff. I finally got a package with my order from Baye Slings and Yume Slings, who cooperated for a new baby wearing wraps pre-order. And since I'm almost at the end of my baby wearing, I ordered just 2 shawl length pieces of fabric, and they arrived. I paid a heavy customs fees on that. It was not funny, I didn't like that, but I just needed to have these because when you'll see the patterns and the colors you will agree, I think. So first one is the nature pattern, as they call it, and it's in these beautiful colors, as you can see. Typical. It's purple, blue and turquoise, and, well, not pink in this case, but that would be my whole range of colors. So this is the nature pattern. And the other one, the same colors, different weft color. This one is dark blue weft, This one is white, and they are the penguins. It's one of the iconic Baye patterns. Well, I'm saying Baye, they're probably pronouncing that Bay. Yeah, Baye patterns. And I already have this in black and white full-length baby wearing wrap format, and it's a great blend as well. It's cotton and hemp, and it is very supportive for baby wearing. And now in the raw state it's a bit stiffer. It needs a wash. It will go through wash, but yeah, I have a shawl to wrap myself in and just be comfy with my penguins. So yeah, so that's one thing that's, again, through the colors, totally me. Those are just, yeah. Through the years, I found out I have this preferred color spectrum, and I'm leaning into it right now, so that's it. And the other thing is also very much leaning into that color spectrum. That's a new backpack that I have. Again, with a scrap of a baby wearing fabric. This is a scrap of Osha's Kasume Elixir wrap. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the bag itself is from Kalmol. I already had one backpack from her. She's an independent maker, lives close to Prague, and I already have a dark blue backpack of a bigger size from her, which is like 5 centimeters bigger on each side, and it's a really huge backpack. And I used that last summer, and this year I decided to get the standard size, so this is it. I met her at an exhibition of, again, baby wearing stuff and baby stuff, and I went through the sampler of the fabrics she had for the backpacks and matched it to the scrap that I had already, and we saw that this turquoise color works perfectly for that. So I have this amazing bright backpack right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It has lots of features that I could customize. It has some pockets with zippers and mesh pockets, and she has this whole Google form that you can, choose types of pockets, types of closures, types of materials, all of that, and it's just amazing customer service. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm glad I got this backpack. So those are the things that are new around here. I basically don't have that much to show you, to update you on. Oh, one more. When we are on the colors, it's absolutely not like crafty stuff or anything, but I had these new shoes that I really enjoyed, and I decided to get myself another pair, because when I found something that really worked, I wanted to be sure I have the same thing, basically. The first one are, again, dark blue, and these ones are turquoise. So I have in the same colorway new shoes. But yeah, not much more to update you on. There was some life stuff, we went to, we actually had 1 week at the beginning of the holiday when Marek was at his grandparents, and I took Dan to Prague Zoo. I might have a video compilation of pictures and videos from that if you wish to see that. I'm considering just making, a presentation or just a stream of pictures from there and videos and maybe some commentary, or maybe even no comment and just music for that. because next few weeks I won't have much time to film. So maybe that will be one of the videos that will come in the next week or 3 weeks, basically, because most of August I will just be with the kiddos all the time. So that might come. So that was the zoo. Then the thing that we kind of were occupied with was reviving our cactuses or cacti. We have a lot of cactus and succulent plants, and we are quite good with the succulent ones, and we were not so good with the cacti, and they were looking kind of sad. And you know, people say cacti can just outlive everything, and they are happy when you're not remembering about them and all that, but ours were like shrinking. We had one that I got as a gift and it shrunk, and then another one which I think was a gift maybe as well, or we got it somewhere, and at the start it was this nice prickly ball, you know, and it shrunk into almost a flat thing. So I spent a day or two just researching, you know, plant care for these kinds of plants, and found an app that works for it, and it just reminds me to water things when they want to be watered, or I want if I want to, I can snooze the task, you know, if I see that the soil is still wet. And at the start I gave the cacti a bath when you let them, you know, like soak up the water from a bowl of water, and they went back into life amazingly. I will have again comparison pictures up here. The small one that went flat is now such an amazing green thing ball. It's great. They're all I think they're all better now. I also repotted some of the succulents, and I was kind of brutal with some of the succulents and cut the upper part, you know, there's always a stem, but with some succulents they're just sitting on the ground, and some of them just get leggy and get the stem longer, and the crown of the leaves is up on the stem. So I cut the crowns and potted them separately, and it worked. I think they survived, but there was also this advice to keep the cut stem, you know, in the original pot. It might sprout some new ones, and I was not hoping for that. I thought it will just rot away or something. But after, you know, like 2 or 3 weeks, there were tiny little green new leaves there under the ground. It just, so we have tiny little babies of 2 of the plants. So it's amazing. So yeah, that was a completely different story, you know, but it made me so happy. And I placed some of the succulents on the window that is there behind the camera. It's actually north facing. It doesn't get as much light, but I found out that some of the succulents don't wish for too much sunlight, so those ones are then placed at that window, and I have a view of them when I'm at my table, and one of them started blooming actually, so now I'm looking at that long stem with flowers at the end. It's amazing. Yeah, so that was it. Then there was one pretty intensive week with my kiddos when they had no other plans, other program than just being with me. So we walked all the playgrounds around, and I tried to occupy them with something every day. And this week Marek has this camp, but it's a camp of that I don't know how it's called in English actually. The city camp, when you just take him there in the morning and pick him back up in the evening, and he sleeps at home. And he was pretty tired after his first day yesterday, so I hope today he will get some rest in the afternoon. They have the option to sleep there, but yesterday he refused, so the evening was pretty rough. But yeah, I think it will get better through the week. And then, as I said, I'll have 3 weeks just with the kiddos. My dad actually said he'll take Marek for a 2-day trip, and there will probably be some more adventures for him. But yeah, I'll have to find out what we are going to do. Yeah, so I'll probably do that zoo video compilation next time, and I'm actually planning on making that finally the backstrap weaving tutorial video. I'll probably film that in advance maybe and edit it later or something. I'm not sure. I need to do a bit of research on that because I know the thing, I know how it's done, but I don't have the proper terminology for that. So I need to find out how all the stuff is called and how it's properly done. I know how it's done in practice, but there might be some tricks that I'm missing, so I'll try to include that in the video, hopefully. Yeah, so of course, a sip of tea. But with all that said and done, I think it's time to thank you all for watching, and thank you all for interacting, for commenting here on YouTube or at Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for likes over there as well. And for the following, please subscribe on my channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're annoyed by YouTube and its recommendations and it's not showing you my videos or other videos from other creators that you are subscribed to, use the subscribe page at YouTube. I'm basically only using that because I absolutely despise the For You tab or Home tab or how it's called. At the Instagram there is now also the possibility to only see the stuff from the people you are subscribed to and not that stream of recommended nonsense that you basically get there at the main page. But there you have to click over to the subscribed page every time. At YouTube you can just have that bookmarked, or that is how I do it on my computer. At the mobile it's messier, I guess. But yeah, there is still that possibility to see only the videos from your subscriptions. So use that, do that. I recommend this way of doing it. And thank you again for all the new subscriptions that I've seen. Thank you so much. Welcome to the new subscribers, and thanks so much to the original ones. You're all amazing and great. Thank you so much. For now, have a great summer. Enjoy creating, enjoy crafting, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye.